Listen up, Earth Angels. When you awaken to your powers, it's gonna freak some people out. But that's okay. Let them freak out. They can't make you go back to sleep, and that's what they hate. So all they can do is kind of convince you to go back to sleep. But baby, we need you awake. Okay, this message is for the women, for the divine masculines, for the chosen who resonate with this title and with my vibe and energy. So if you want to hear the message, stick around. Okay, so I was getting this like image of, when new parents, they have a new baby or they have young children, and the child just went to sleep, and something happens and it looks like the child is about to wake up. They like move, or they like make a cry, or their eyes start to open, and the parents, what do? They go, they get quiet, they stop moving, they stop talking, they go like, they're terrified that this kid is about to wake up, right? Because why? The parents want to fall asleep. The parents know if you're asleep, they can finally go to sleep. And it's not, they're not like bad people. They are just trying to get the child onto their schedule. It feels good to be asleep on some level. I mean, like, over here, we love to sleep. We love the power of rest and dreaming. But yeah, like, have you ever seen someone who like can sleep with their eyes open? I had a cousin who did that for a little bit when he was a kid, and it was so weird because it's like they're laying in a position like they're kind of lying down, but they're just like, and it's like, oh my God, can they see? Are they awake? And I feel like that's like what happens when you awaken to your spiritual powers. Like, you wake up and people are like, oh my God, are they awake? No, 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 don't wake up. Go to sleep. Go back to sleep. Go to sleep. Nothing. It's interesting actually too, because that like in between sleep, the like almost falling asleep, almost waking up from sleep, that's like a really powerful time for programming, for like setting intentions, for manifesting. Your mind is really susceptible when you're in that state of half awakeness, right? And so when that kid starts to wake up, the parents, they freak out. They're like, "Whew." They stop talking and they're like, go to sleep. It's okay. No, no, go to sleep. Nothing to see here. Just go back to sleep. And you know what? Ultimately, that kid can just stay up if they want by sheer force of will. Like, it's a crazy thing that kids are able to do. It's actually funny too. With my nieces, one of their favorite games that we play is like me and Billy will pretend to go to sleep, and then our nieces will go, Auntie, Uncle Billy. They love to pretend to sleep and to be woken up. What do they know that us adults have forgotten? I think on some level, we're here to wake up. And we're here to wake each other up and to stop each other from going back to sleep. But yeah, for the parents, it's easier for the kids to stay asleep. The parents have, busied themselves with whatever their schedule is. And so they want that kid to adapt to their schedule. So if the parents say sleep, it's easier for the parents, for the kids to stay asleep. Okay, but now we are adults. Now you're in charge. No one can make you go back to sleep. Man, I love using the analogy of the Umbrella Academy. They have like the one girl who she had this like really powerful power, but the father dude, he couldn't figure out how to control it, how to harness it, how to get her to use it in a way that he wanted. And so he made one of the other kids use her power to tell the really powerful one that she was just ordinary. And then he couldn't just do it once, he had to also reinforce it. He told all the other kids, this one doesn't have any power, and he got her on, she was on medication and stuff because she was super depressed because she was spending her whole life suppressing herself and being told that she's just ordinary and she's just got to stay numb and she's just got to kind of like go through life on autopilot. Autopilot, of course, isn't necessarily automatic to you. It's been automated. It's someone else's programming, and they want you to just go to that. Go back to that. Like, go back into autopilot, go back to sleep, go to sleep. Because the parents want to get back to sleep. So the guy in Umbrella Academy, he made the girl think she was just ordinary because he was like, I don't know how to, harness this. She seems more powerful than me. So it's easier to just convince her that she doesn't have powers. And then, inevitably, because the truth always comes to light, she figures out she has all these powers. And the one sister who, like, the dad made her use her powers to convince the girl that she didn't have any powers, when she found out her sister had powers, she was like, oh yeah, crap, I do remember doing that. I was wondering what that was about. But yeah, oh shit. And then she's freaked out because she's like, oh no, are you mad about that? And like, Vanya's like, yeah, I am mad that you spent my whole life telling me that I was ordinary and I had no powers and I had to drug myself in order to, get through the day playing this role that everyone, that was convenient for everyone else. So yeah, when she started using her power, of course it freaked everybody out. But like, she just discovered she had power after being told she didn't all her life. All these other kids, they got to spend their childhood developing their power, getting to know their power. And she's like just figuring it out. Don't y'all have the nerve to get freaked out now? And anyway, when people get freaked out when you're about to wake up, they're like, and like, you might feel that, like, on a collective level, I feel like a lot of us are awakening. And the people who are not ready, who benefit for whatever reason from us all being asleep, when they see you waking up, when they see you starting to question, starting to be curious, starting to expand, they'll probably be like, they'll get real quiet, right? They'll make you feel crazy for being up. Why are you awake right now? Go to sleep. Yeah. But yeah, parents hate that if the kid doesn't want to go to sleep, they're going to be up. And the parents are in for a long, stressful, exhausting night. And that's how it is. Like, once the Umbrella Academy girl figured out she had powers, everyone just had to be freaked out. Everyone just had to watch her use her power. And the way you're moving is freaking people out. Not because it's necessarily scary or erratic. It's just not what they expect. They expect you to just go back to sleep. And like, I don't know, you're not being rushed in what you're trying to do next. You're getting to know your powers. It took you all your life to realize that you had it. And so you're not rushing through this realization. You're not rushing through getting to know this new identity, getting to know this old new identity, this identity who you've always been, actually. this identity who you've actually been training for many lifetimes, picking up the skills so that now all you have to do is try it. All you have to do is let it go. All you have to do is wake up. And we love to sleep, of course. One of my, like, I used to really not like waking up. Oof, I know it sounds so, like, dramatic, but like, yeah, like, we had to wake up at like 5 every morning when I was a kid to like drop my dad off at work, and then like we would wait with my mom, and then we would go to school super early. And so like every day at 5 a.m., like my dad would turn on the lights and like make a lot of noise and be like, all right, get up. And I just hated school and being a child, and it sucked. I hated having to do what someone else said I had to do. And so I started to associate waking up with like dread. I would start to wake up before the light would turn on so I could feel some sort of, control over this experience that I had to go through every day of like having someone else turn all the lights on. I'd be like, wake up. I'm like, oh, ah, ah. So it sucks when someone else wakes you up. You resist it. Maybe you have been spending a lot of time trying to wake other people up. I know I did. I spent a couple of years being like, wake up, everyone. This is what's going on. This is what I see. And like, what I see is correct. And it's annoying. People don't like to be shaken awake. People don't like to be, wake up. They got to wake up on their own. They got to wake up on their own, okay? So all you got to do is just kind of be the sun. Oof. Now, these people might get some blackout curtains, try to keep the sun out. They might, put their pillow over their head, try to block out the light. That don't got nothing to do with sun. All the sun has to do is shine. And that's all you have to do. All you have to do is be in your power. You don't have to worry that other people freak out that you're awake now, that you see, that you trust yourself, that you see what's going on here, that you're powerful now. You don't have to worry about that. You're powerful now. So what does it matter if people freak out? Let them be freaked out. In fact, people love being freaked out. We love horror movies. We love suspense. We love thrillers. It's a pleasurable feeling to be freaked out. So think of it that way. When you awaken to your powers, it's gonna freak people out. And they love being freaked out. They love being like, oh. That's a fun feeling. Being breathless, having your breath taken from you. Oof. It's fun. It's pleasurable. We enjoy it. So don't fear just because of people's reactions to you being in your power that you're supposed to go back to sleep. It doesn't even work. You would just be pretending to be asleep, being like, okay, when is it safe to like wake up? When does everyone else say I can wake up? No, babe, you wake up when you're supposed to wake up. And that's when you say you wake up. You don't owe the people going back to sleep. We know they're exhausted. We know they're tired. We know the things ahead of us in the 3D are scary. They seem scary. But listen, if you can't sleep, can't sleep. It's hard to even force oneself to go back to sleep. So like definitely someone else can't force you back. So again, it's back to you, baby. So yeah, sometimes people want you asleep because it's convenient for them. They get to stay asleep as long as you stay asleep. But like my nieces, I think our job is to awaken. They love it. The kids love going, wake up. And we're not supposed to go, oh, you lousy kids, get out of here. I'm sleeping. I'm exhausted. No, you're supposed to wake up. So, rise and shine, baby. All right. I delivered the message. Let me know what you think, okay? Like, comment, subscribe. And head over to my website, Sheba.com. We're still doing some construction. It's like coming along so beautifully though. But if you want to work with me, you want to consult with the Oracle, you want some counsel, let me know. All right. I think that's it. I'm on day like 92 or 93 or 94, probably of 365 days of going on daily. And I'm just like so proud of myself. Ah, so fun. I also doodled today. I know. I'm not someone who like, grew up doing art for fun. Like it felt like a task, like an assignment. Like, like it has to be productive if I'm doing it. And so, several people have been like, just doodle. And like, I'm just like, what do I doodle? And they're like, no, that's you figure it out. It's just you just doodle. The exercise is to doodle. And I'm like, oh gosh, too much freedom. And then I think like, wait, what? Too much freedom for me? The great liberator who's here to free us all? Okay, I guess I gotta doodle. Guess I gotta figure out what block is making me hesitate from doing something seemingly as innocuous and simple as doodling. But I did it, and actually I like it. It's fun. It's cute. It's kind of weird because I'm like, is there supposed to be a point to it? I don't know. I think that is the point. Oh, weird. Anyway, all right, wake up. I love you. I am gonna go to sleep though, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Have good dreams, lucid dream. And yeah, I'll talk to you, Earth Angels, tomorrow, okay? Love you. Bye.